Welcome to Wizards Outlook. Got Cardo W. Jr., Raymond Lyons, Wilson Tarpe Jr. The Bucks beat the Wizards tonight with a late run, 112 to 98. As always, we get started with a quick word from our folks over at Ooze and Oz. As a black-owned business, Ooze and Oz has been a staple in the community, serving as a safe space since its founding in 2003. Join us and experience food for your soul. Get over to oozeandoz.com to see the menu, hours, and more. Or from the Georgia Avenue location today. All right, Ray, we'll start with you. Just your thoughts on this game, and just your thoughts on this game. Period.
Um, Man, to be perfectly honest, it looks like the Wizards are ready for the season to be over, and that's bad when it's not even All Star break yet. But but yeah, I mean, it's kind of more the same, man. The energy isn't there. They made a push at it late, but I mean, they're just not a good team right now. Uh, Kuz seems to be the only one. Consistently, pressing the issue. And Trey's had a lot of effort tonight, but he hasn't been looking like himself as of late. Some positive things for much of the second half. They didn't turn the ball over. I think they had one turnover the second half. And then not surprisingly, that coincided with them fighting their way back into the game. So and it's flashes, man. Like the potential is there, but there's just some connective tissue that's not, making everything come together. And the team just seems like it's in disarray. You know, Maybe something happens at the trade deadline. I don't know, but yeah, man, this is what the sixth loss in a row, and it just keeps getting worse by the day. Yeah, I don't have too much to say analytically, man. It's just it's tough to get through these every other day or so. But yeah, man, like Ariel says all the time, man. At some point the players got to look in the mirror and say, all right, things ain't going the best. It's a lot of moving parts, but at the end of the day, you gotta have some pride. You gotta have some dignity about what you're doing every day for a living, and that really seems to be missing right now, and that's why they're in the state they're in.
Cardo.
Uh, um, More of the same. The only dudes that show up were the guys that came from the Lakers, the guys that have experience going deep in the playoffs year after year. The Wizards bench outplayed the Bucks bench, but they damn near all their starters said we're in double figures. You don't really need much help when that happens, and that's when Giannis only taking one shot in the first quarter because he was focused on getting everybody else involved. My man pretty much dropped 30 in three quarters. Um, it's blame to go around. The players, the coaching staff, you know, front office. You can place figures, but at this point in time, who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's just y'all got to figure out a way how to win games. Bill ain't gonna be there for a week, but it ain't like they were winning with Bill, so that don't matter. It's just it come down to you individually how bad you want it, and these are the world champs for a reason. But you had them on the ropes. You could have stole one. You could have. But the thing with bad teams is that separate them from the good teams is discipline and mental toughness. As soon as the other team go on the run, it was quick. They just they went on like a 17-0 run, just won the game like that. Like literally, we got done with the focus show. They're down by like 4. I swear by the time I run upstairs, man, just to get a little quick bite before we get on this joint, they down. I'm like, what the hell? It looked like one of the Warriors third quarter runs with KD. You go make a sandwich and come back, they down double digits again. And it's just like you just shake your head. Dinwiddie, you know, he had a rough. He after those comments this weekend, you got to show up. I know Drew Holiday's a mother. Don't get it twisted. He's a mother. It's hard to have any breathing room to get off, though. But he had some positive 9 assists, 7 rebounds. 3 turnovers is uncharacteristic for him. Normally it'd be 1 or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, but you got to consider who's guarding him. But Drew Holiday, he won his matchup, and that's the head of the snake. So when you do that, it makes it hard for everybody else to get going. Thomas Bryant, Aaron Holiday started him, looking out, trying to go against his brother and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that ruffled some feathers and stuff like that. Like how he get to start. Maybe he been balling in practice. Who knows, man? It's just hard to tell what the coaching staff is looking for. They're not going to give us much. Obviously, we asked questions in the post game clearly. So, it's just hard to get a read on what this team is trying to do. I know it's easy to see that some guys they're definitely throwing them out there trying to play their value up, see if they can move them. And Wes Unseld has a difficult task because he has to weigh a lot of factors in his decision making with who to put in and out the game. You know what I'm saying? So, at least they showed some fight, man. At the end, they showed some fight in the fourth and stuff. It wasn't just a thorough beat down like what we've seen. But, they don't put wins. Nothing goes in the win column for you putting up a fight. You got to close the deal. And right now, the season is just getting ugly and ugly because these wins pile up, and then everybody just start going their separate ways as far as team agenda to individual agenda. Because I'm just trying to save face, salvage what I can, and that's what you're seeing, man. Pretty much no disrespect outside of Caldwell Pope and Kuz and Harrell and stuff like that. Rui had a solid game, Kisper had a solid game. It ain't many people that showed up tonight. You know what I'm saying? So. And when the Bucks went on their run, the fatigue was, guys that were on the floor that brought them close, they were fatigued. And then they just finished them off and did what they should do, man. So it's hard to say where the Wizards need to go from here, other than some moves need to be made. And that's just plain and simple.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. Did it rain a chance for a reason? They closed the game out. A championship team should close the game. Like you said, Washington had opportunity to possibly steal one. They get within one, and a championship team just hit the switch real quick. Let's finish this. And they got a couple days off before the next game. They were ready to get to earn their days off. 17-2 run to close that. You cut it to one and Thanos snap and the game was over. Stop, bucket. Giannis with the triple-double. You mentioned him taking just one shot in the first quarter. Man, what is it? 33, 15, and 11 tonight. You saw Bobby P, former Wizard. You knew he was going to have an effect, impact this game in some way. Starting next to Giannis. Yeah, they did what they're supposed to do, like you mentioned. It doesn't matter if your bench goes nuts if the other team starters wipe the floor with your starters. Outside of Kuz, Kuz had 25 or whatnot, but Giannis had 33, so it doesn't matter after that. You add in Holiday and what he did on both ends, and Middleton, and here we go. It's just irrelevant. But like you guys said, they might just be in this free fall until furniture moves. And again, they decide what we talk about, and this is where we are. I don't think there's, like Ray says all the time, there's not too much more analysis to add to what we've already been talking about on a regular basis. This is the 6th consecutive loss. Y'all see what it is. We've mentioned it. There's no reason to keep repeating it every time we talk to y'all. So, like I said, I'm not asking anymore. I'm just going,
Giannis.
Yeah. Do we have any naysayers? No.
The eyes have it.
All right, cool. That's where we go because they on a 6-game losing streak. I hate asking y'all. I really do. Like, all right, look, y'all got like 70,000 comments in here. I'm not going through all of them. I'm gonna show them all. We might not comment on all of them. Y'all know what it is. And again, credit to the Wizards. We didn't even get to talking for more than 9 minutes. We're gonna get straight to these comments. Shout out to Maya. I think she was in here early, commenting. Last time she said come here to vent. As the game goes on, this was when they were making a comeback, clearly. And then, Biggie Steve got a bunch of comments off tonight. And then he explains his rationale, dunking on Trez because Gaff is into the game. So,
Hey, Giannis was gonna dunk on him too.
You can see how Spence literally sucks the energy off his teammates on offensive end. Now mentioning the disastrous, non-existent abilities on the other end. What kind of PG is this?
I don't think he's right, man. He's just being
Yeah.
right. People, I don't think people thinking about it enough. He came back after 9 months off an ACL tear. That's some fast. He was putting in work to do that. Ain't no way in hell his knee right, dog. Like he's not. It take a minute. Why you think Kevin sat out so long, even though it's a different injury with his Achilles? He took like a year and a half off. Like it took a minute because he ain't come back till he's firing all cylinders. Even when he came back, damn near 2 years later, he still wasn't explosive right away. It gradually over time got there. You know what I'm saying? You saw what play when he first came back. He literally been out damn near 3 years. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all gotta understand that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Y'all saying he should sit, but that's fine. So who should they put in? Because there's some healthy bodies that play that don't do even what he does. Did he shoot well? No, but he deserved criticism when he played, no doubt. But trust me, it's enough heat to go around, bro. I can go up and down. Even the dudes ain't play deserve some heat. He ain't good enough to get on the floor to help. So,
but seriously though, like that's a big part of it. Like he came back incredibly quick. Yeah, I know science and everything's different nowadays. That in mind, a lot of players still take extra time to make sure they're all the way okay. He rushed that too quick, and
he's human.
Yeah, just
one thing that will always be consistent: players are human. So the muscle gonna respond when the muscle respond around his knee, and you can't rush that. I don't care how much rehab you do.
No matter how much your mind wants to tell you can do stuff, like Cardell said, until the body's ready to do it. Especially coming off injury like that. There's worse contracts. I could think of one on his team that's worse. But let that rock. It's not even the worst on the team. Needs a few DNPs. Again, it's the same thing. So move on here. Yeah, y'all going through it now.
Fire
from Big O.
Half into his first year.
Dang, he just got here.
It is funny though, like, and I know Big O. The reason I know I'm chuckling at least already after seeing this is we just had another conversation on our weekly Focus TV show about coaches and black coaches in the NFL, regardless. And then one of the parts of that conversation was talking about just period in sports. How sometimes black coaches get some of the worst jobs, and this is why the first thing I thought about was chuckling is you go to bad organizations, take over bad jobs, teams that don't have directions. The Wizards check all the boxes for what we were discussing. Like Cardell said, there's enough heat to go around everywhere. But hey, as far as the trade bill, KC and Spence, man, we've been talking to you guys quite a bit about what we feel may happen, should happen, etc. Time will let us know what's going on. And no one has an answer with you for that. So we don't even know if that is what it is. So y'all going through it. I don't think a voice fixes this. This is what happens when you kind of don't have a guy. And this is part of what happens with it.
This is more of a player problem, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't find. He a first year coach. I'm sure he's made mistakes with different philosophy, but and probably obviously made mistakes. Every coach gonna make mistakes, man. It is what it is, man. But some of the stuff that the Wizards got going on, that ain't X's and O's, dog, and stuff like dog. Like rotating over to help your man out. Take the charge, dog. Like set a good screen so somebody can get open. How about you don't throw the ball in the fifth row 5 times? Rebound the ball. That's stuff they've been doing all their lives. They don't need a coach to tell them that. Those little things help you win games. And when you don't do those stuff, here's another one we gotta get to: shot selection. If your ass is 0-4 from mid range, why are you still jacking threes? That's how you lose games. You helping the team beat you. Oh, because the analytics said, well, they're going to have to take me out because I'm going to play basketball. I'm going to tell them suits to shut the F up, and I'm going to just play basketball. Y'all can get mad, but I'll be like, well, then get rid of me. But what I'm not about to do is just keep doing the same thing, and it's clear that it's not working, though. We got to switch this up. So, this is more on the players.
Yeah, and this is happening far too much in these times where, organizations got issues, coaches can be wrong, what have you. Y'all let the players get away with any and everything. And then when teams are good, you also got, I'm not saying y'all, I'm just saying most of the talk these days is then when teams are doing well, you remove the coach from receiving any of the credit because anybody can do it. And what we're seeing is clearly that is not the case. So it can't be one, never the other, and or not both. But you know what good coaches and good teams have in common? Players that buy in and players that that are accountable and do the little things. Like we literally watched the Bucks just hit a switch and game over. Literally, what? Prior to last season, prior to Giannis going nuts in the finals, people was calling for Coach Bud's head. It's a legit thing, right? Man, he needs to go. His rotations, blah 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 blah. They the champs. They close the night. Our champs close.
But what did they do that saved his job and helped them win the championship?
They got
switching.
Yep.
They stopped switching. When they was playing the Nets, when they was switching, KD was killing them boys. Lord Jesus, he was killing them. But as soon as they stopped switching and they just try to fight over the screen, they actually played solid defense. And that matter of fact, in the finals against Chris Paul and Devin Booker, they scored the first 2 games. Switching.
Playing that drop. That drop coverage.
He's like, he was shooting warm-up shots. His pregame warm-up shot. It was easy. But, man, they said, Drew, you just stick with him. Just guard your man. No more switching and stuff. 4 straight. And then Giannis obviously, the Bucks shot 8 and 9 from the free throw line. And I know Giannis could have got 5 more, could have got sent him more. But check this out. My man was 5 for 5 from the free throw line. He shot better than everybody individually on the Wizards, though, except for Thomas Bryant. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And they shot 14 of 20, bro. 12 of 35 threes. Why are you jacking 35 threes and you only made 12 of them? That's what I mean, man. Shot selection. And that affects your field goal percentage because now it's 43% instead of possibly being 46%. Those twos you could have had, you don't have them. Those twos add up. Now it's an even closer game, or you possibly leading in a close game. Shots, man, bro, you can't make this stuff up. That's what I'm saying. These guys are pro vets, man. This is not a young team. Kispert has an excuse. He's a rookie. Denny young, Rui in his 3rd year or whatnot. But the rest of those dudes, they've been there for a minute. They know better.
Especially, you talk about knowing better. Think about when they pull within 1. I don't even need to go look up the play-by-play to look at the shots. I remember 5 really dumb shots taken in consecutive order for no good reason. 3 of them came early in the clock. You're not even built like that to be doing that.
I got you. 4-point game. Wizards were down. Drew Holiday hit a step-back 3 at the 4:17 mark. 98-94. Wizards came down. Spencer Dinwiddie missed a 3. Bobby Portis makes a layup. Now it's 194. Come back down. Montrez misses. Kuzma offensive rebound. 2-point shot. He makes it. Good. Not a 3. You make it. Yeah. See how that works? 196. Then it just went to hell. Chris Middleton. Mid-range step back jumper. Giannis. Dunk. Dinwiddie turns the ball over. Montrez Harrell, offensive charge. Giannis. Montrez turnover off that offensive charge. Giannis dunk. Drew Holiday assist. Wizards timeout. Kispert comes in. Contavious Caldwell Pope. 28-foot 3-pointer miss. Chris Middleton hits his 3. Now it's 109.96, dog. That quick. In 2 minutes, bro. Game over, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Like look at those shot selections. They took like 4 threes, missed all of them, and had a couple turnovers in like 2 minutes. And they were down 4. Like, what do you want a coach to do about that?
And to add on to why I ain't bothered by it, you were getting the whistle. You got to the line more than the Bucks, and the Bucks live in a freaking paint. You got to the line more than them. Why are you taking 28 for threes?
And the air balling them.
And like you said, Cardell, it's not the kids aren't playing 30 minutes a night.
It's the vets.
The kids aren't playing 30 minutes a night.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, Spencer, I think because he don't have his explosiveness with his knee, it's affecting his offensive game where he has to settle for those threes. He can't get past nobody. So they gotta they trying to play him in the shade because it's like, all right, you gotta just play your way out of it. But if it's not responded, they're gonna have to do something, bro. Because you can't, because you getting ate up, and then it's affecting your ability to play your natural game. The only thing that's saving him is, honestly, the reason why he's constantly on the floor, and I see a lot of people getting on him. He's on the floor because he don't make a lot of dumb decisions with the ball. Unlike some of these other guys on the Wizards, he keeps a flow, he keeps a certain pace, he keeps them in a flow, a rhythm offensively. The shot selection just kills them. I think he's only literally averaging like 1 turnover a game. Who else are gonna put the ball? Like, who else gonna do that for him?
In a tough spot. So
yeah, what you want me to do, though?
So
looking down the bench.
So the only guard on your roster that actually knows how to take care of the ball, run a team, and has a good feel for the flow of offense is hampered by injury. Like he's just not right. Like there's no this is a fact. He's not right. You know, it's up to them whether they're gonna sit him or not. That's their own business. But we can all see he's not right. That said, while he's not right, he had the most assists on the team tonight. And again, going back to this rebounding team, for a team with this size, this is ridiculous. He had the second most rebounds. He has 1 leg. It's
about what's beating his head, man. Like,
I hate to be that person, but that's disgusting to me. I know TB only played 16 minutes. He went out. Cool. The rest of them, like, Spence had more rebounds than Trez. And Trez had a solid night. But that's what I'm saying. They got a lot of issues, right? And wherever you want to, like, they have so many issues that you can't just you can't just be like, it's that right there for sure. Because they got that many issues. So, you know, they are where they are. And I'm sure as a fan, it's probably frustrating. Thankfully, I am not one because it looks stressful. Reading y'all's comments, it looks stressful. And, oh, man, this is where y'all at right now?
Yeah, I was going to get to that.
Go ahead, Cardell.
Look, man, I've been kind of, trying to see a similar situation, rumblings coming out of Brooklyn with the Kyrie not being back. Look, grown man, dog. No man, you're willing to follow a certain player, fine. You're willing to follow a leader and shit like that. He's a franchise player, good. But you better be accountable for everything you do. Even if you don't speak up, we better look at you and you better be doing everything. You better be bought in and all that. You can't say that with him. Took him a minute to get the vaccination, okay? Cool. But the main thing that no one's talking about, are you fully committed? You ain't re-signed yet. The trade deadline is coming. So the Wizards, it's the first. You got 9 days. That's a serious cloud over this team right now. Because, like, if you ain't gonna be here, I ain't trying to hear what you got to say. You got 1 foot out the door, dog.
Mm-hmm.
You're part-time. I want to hear that. And then you're not playing your best basketball. Because I'm sure he's clearly stressed about what decision he need to make. You see what I'm saying? So And I kept saying that from the beginning. You got guys that won championships coming here. Fine, we'll defer. We know he's the guy, but that pride and ego that help make you a champion is gonna come out. They don't see like, bro, this ain't how I went when we was winning championships. We know what it takes. Y'all have no clue. This ain't what it looks like. So we need to do this. And then that's why you had Spencer Dinwiddie over the weekend talking about I try to lead, I try to speak up. It wasn't necessarily accepted. So I just try to lead by example. But he's not playing well enough, and he knew like everybody else. And you got guys like, I'm all NBA, I'm an all-star. I won the championship. I mean, you put up numbers in Brooklyn, and I put up numbers. And you see the young boys fall on that. Like, you could just see it on the floor. It's not one cohesive unit. It's not even like how it was at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of issues and factors that's in there. You can just see it when they play. So, yes, I get what you're saying, man. They're more competitive against the world champs without Bill. And that's saying something.
Rudderless.
That's saying something. It should never be said like that. Like, you should fill the void of your best player not being there. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's so many issues right now. I don't even know where to begin, bro. I don't think they know where to begin. It's just too much. Like, you can literally write down the whole list. It's like 15 issues at once. It's like, damn.
And those 15 issues each have a subset of 3 dots that go with it. Like, it's that bad.
It's so bad, bro. They're not even playing an $80 million sniper. He ain't got that lately.
Yeah, like the last 3 games, I think.
So he ain't got no value. They're like, my man can't shoot. He can't be on the floor. He fool. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going through it. And again, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. I don't see anything remotely positive happening until furniture moves. And then it depends on what moves.
Yes.
Honestly, let's be very specific about that. Depending on what moves, because like what you mentioned, like you said, Spence isn't in a good enough place physically or playing well enough to command, to be able to try to lead and take over anything like that, like you mentioned. But man, they're just rudderless. Again, I have nothing but they're rudderless. And this is the opposite of what you felt. I don't care what y'all felt like a couple regimes ago. No matter what was going on, it did not feel like this.
Hell no.
So that's what I can say for a fact. It did not feel like this because they had a rudder. There was an anchor. There was a captain. We knew exactly what it was. And they answered all the time. They talked when stuff was good, bad, indifferent. That was there. And that was the that was the anchor. And again, this is the opposite of having an anchor. This is what rudderless feels like.
And I hate to throw this out there. That's also, I think this might be one of the few stats in the NBA that don't have a former player on it.
Mm-hmm.
So as a player, you know how these guys are now. You ain't, even though Wes Unseld been in the league as a coach for a minute, you gotta have like a former player that connect the dots, dog. Like, sure, also he see you and all that. Like Scott Brooks played in the league, but he also had Robert Pack next to him.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Like, you got somebody that played that can connect the dots, that understand during the dog days how a player feels and all that stuff like that. It's just, and I'm not blaming Wes Unseld. I'm just giving you all these factors that could be in the mix, man. That's John needs to be more appreciated. Y'all finally seeing what I've been saying for years, man. But I'm not even gonna go there. Y'all should understand. He did some. Look, he had him in the second round of playoffs. That's like winning a championship. He need a statue.
Not only that, he somehow never made y'all feel like this.
He never cheated you with effort out here. He may not shot well. He may have turned the ball over, but he get like if a player give you everything he got, it's respect, dog.
Mm-hmm.
No matter your talent level, no matter you most skilled, you leave it all on that floor. We can tell if you up it, respect, dog. So you see the difference. And like I said, man, the big cloud in the room is Bill. What is he going to do? And what should the Wizards do? Because until they fix that issue or figure out what they're going to do, you're going to have guys going their separate ways.
like I said,
You
if it
can't
was
blame them.
my bad. About to say, like I said at the beginning of the year, that's y'all know what side of the fence I was on from the very beginning. As soon as Russ was like, "I'm good," man, maybe you said no to Russ, but if it was me, you wouldn't have been here. Like because I didn't want to deal with this.
Yep. I don't blame you.
I just didn't want to deal with this. And I'm not knocking him as a person. It is what it is. Like people are who they are. Some like we talk about, different levels or whatever. Like we literally watch a team that has a great anchor. We also watch a team tonight. They're a championship team for a reason. They have a guy. They have one of those few guys in the league. This team doesn't have a guy. And you're gonna look lost without one of those. The other way you could go about that is maybe you might not have a guy, but it's easy to get the message across and everything else. Maybe if you don't have a guy on the roster, everyone's at the same place. But right now, everything's up and down. You got guys that want a chip that followed it. One of those guys that was on that level, where it's easy to step back, find a role, do whatever. Bron already won stuff already. It's easier to fall in line or whatever. However you may feel, he's one of those guys, right? Then you come here and it's like, yeah, that stuff sounds good and preaching. Yeah, you're the guy, whatever. I listen, whatever. In the school, like Cardell said, after a little while, it's like, hey man, this ain't like what it was following the other guy. This is the opposite of that.
Because you know what it's like. It's no different with us. We cover the league. We've been in arenas, locker rooms, presses, and all that stuff like that. We ain't trying to hear no fan come tell us what's going on in the league, dog. We looking at you like you crazy. Like, dude, we there, bro. Like, we got access to stuff you would never see, bro. Like, we there all the time. Like, chill, we working. So it's the same thing. Like, we been there. So you saying we need to do this, bro? The way we did it got results. The way you say do it is some hope and shit. We ain't got. We don't do hope. We need to do get it done shit. Like that's just what it is, man. It's bad. Like, but think about it. Like, what moves are they gonna get to bring in here that's gonna fix anything? It's
dog. To me, it's just big red button time. Cause you can't get, the way the team looks, you can't get top value for anything.
Yeah.
Not to be rude, not to be mean, just living in a world where you want to make trades, people got to have assets. Assets cost different things. And right now, ain't nobody on this roster. Like nobody's been playing well enough. Save for Cool's been having a nice little stretch or whatever. But nobody's been playing well enough where it's like, yeah, I'll give up whatever for that. You can't even go into meetings talking the type of way. Like, again, it's almost like, to a degree, you're just trying to get something. Because you, with that 10-3 start, yeah, you can go and look and actively seek something. But I don't know, it's like everyone's always like, oh, you can trade stuff. You have to have things that people really want. And then those things have to be of value to get other value.
And you don't want to make trades and something come back worse.
Yeah.
You gotta just and I see him in the comments. Yeah, KCP is the ultimate professional. He's the ultimate professional, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you looking at. See, y'all showing no disrespect to Coop. Look, man.
We gotta chill, man. Like that ain't the move.
Look, dog. I don't know if it's one person on the roster you can build around. Let's try to get one ain't coming back, dog.
Ain't no way. Only time you're gonna see John back here is on another team playing in here, or maybe if over time somebody mends a fence and maybe pulls one of those, oh, I'll sign for one day and retire here things. But nah, he ain't coming back. That how this thing ended was crazy.
Yeah, or when his jersey get retired, which they should do. That's something like that, bro.
And that's a maybe.
And it should be. Yeah. You know how these owners are, but no. And he ain't the only one. How you got Scott Brooks up out here was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm all for. I'm just a dude big on respect, man. Give people their respect. If you're not gonna keep them, it's a certain respect and professionalism you at the top should give those, because you're also demanding it from those people. So what makes you think you shouldn't give it? You know what I'm saying? So but you see the karma from that. You see what's going on. And it's a cruel karma because they started off strong. And then they just went to hell quick. It's like, all right, dog, y'all lose. Y'all defense, they went from, get y'all defense in order. Like, damn, y'all can't score. Damn, y'all ain't got nothing. Well, wait till TB and Rui come out. Hopefully but damn, they can't even help. As was to say, red button with a new guy. Blow this all with a new guy.
And this is the thing. We hit the button earlier, got some value before anybody saw this horrible stuff that happened. Everything could have been cool. Prices were high before the season started. Man, because I know if you called me, yeah, I'll take them, but it ain't for what we was talking about in August. I know that. I ain't paying that price. That price went down, sir. For whatever you about to sell me, it went down. You are no longer 10-3.
So let's be real. Let's also see that. So let's say if you're gonna ship Bill because he ain't gonna be signed, you trying to ship him a trade deadline. It's only like a handful of teams that are legit contenders, right? What are you really gonna get back for those contenders that they were willing to give up to mess up their chemistry for Bill? And will he make up for that? I'm talking Phoenix ain't moving nobody, they straight. Golden State ain't moving nobody, they straight. Who else we talking about? Maybe Philly. But they waiting on Harden.
Yep.
So they ain't more than likely ain't moving. The Bucks ain't moving. They not moving nowhere. I'm just with the Cavs, they got young mob, so it ain't nothing over there that can really help. You know what I'm saying? Unless they give you big pieces that gut their team from having that success, so they're not gonna move. Miami ain't moving. Chicago don't need to move. They already got two of you, dog. They don't need you. Brooklyn definitely ain't moving. Charlotte got a young man. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm looking. Utah got their own issues. That's a whole different. It's straight. They Dallas straight. Where he gonna go, dog? Where he can be Bill, and you can get some strong asses to really build a team. And this is the issue across the league with these big contracts. It's hard to move people, and you don't have any flexibility to try to build your team. So you stuck if you ain't winning.
Again, it's easy to say trade people until you got to have a trade partner. And again, if I was them, I would have hit the button. I would have hit Philly in August. But you waited. Now Morey done sat around long enough and started dreaming about James Harden again.
And let's look at this. The league is shooting is the lowest percentage from 3-point range in a minute. Okay. So plenty of teams need shooting. You have an $80 million man that's supposed to be a sniper, and he can't even get in the game for y'all. So you're stuck with that, dog. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Unless you just buy him out, but that's still gonna hit your tax. So you like, you gonna suit him and work out something, dog. You gonna earn his money some type of way. It was bad, bro. It's bad. It's bad, man.
Hey man, look, Shay, I get you. They're not giving up DeJounte for them too.
Never.
Like
never, dog.
Nah. Yeah. Not even a little bit. Yeah, they're not giving up DeJounte for that. And again, he's focused on Harden now, so I don't know. But again, if it was me, I would have hit them while they was tripping and disrespecting the heck out of him publicly. Hey, here's Brad Beal. But we're here now. It's different. So, And even this, like, Beal for Ben and Sabonis, how do you know the Pacers want Brad? Like, it's tough. Like, Brad doesn't have the value that he did at the beginning of the season because the season happened.
You know what's crazy? How you go from being an all-star starter last year to you ain't even close to making that jump, dog. That's why, look, they getting on Russ, but that tells you how much Russ brought to this organization, dog. You had less talent last year. He was on one leg for half the season, and they somehow left it to the playoffs.
Bro, you went from anchor, nothing.
Dogs, leaders, like,
yep.
It's a lot that come with being a franchise leader, dog. Accountability, all that.
You got to be built a certain way, and you went from having You went from having two of them, whatever they various flaws may be. You went from having two of them to this. No rudder. Just out here, lost at sea with a bunch of holes in the boat. That's it.
Ship sinking fast, man.
Man, no, that's a slow sink. It's one of them slow sinks. Like, it's bad, but that's the thing. That's why the trade down is gonna be interesting because I just, to me, even to get to a place where maybe you got a chance and at least maybe you can form a team for the second half season where everybody's going in the right direction to clear up whatever the heck they got going on here. I don't think you get full value, and I don't know if they're willing to accept that they're not going to get full value.
No,
because that means you got to admit that you were wrong. I don't see that happening here.
Bro. Like, if you had to move Bill, you're gonna have to trade him to. He gonna have to go to exile somewhere, like one of them exile friends. Like
the Kings or something. Yeah,
you got to send him to Siberia to get something back. Like maybe
pieces.
Like maybe what's it called?
And
what's
the kid from Duke that hasn't panned out?
Bagley.
Something like you need something like that with Holmes. Those only teams like that with those type of pieces, like that players that are young but have promise. That's the only thing you can get back because you can't move them to a contender and get some proven guys to come up here. Now Indiana's interesting and stuff like that, but I don't know if they just want to set Bill. You know, like they the bottom. Like Levert can help. Sabonis, those two can damn sure come in and help. Brogdon, that's what they really need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. Is Bill enough to get two of them things or just one of those things?
Only Indiana knows. Like
you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's what we're talking about with the value is just, is it enough to get one or two of those things? And like you said, only the Pacers know. Because it's one thing when the team's like, yeah, we're willing to shop whoever. It's another, like, they're just saying they're willing to shop. They didn't say what they're willing to accept. Because regardless of where the Pacers at, I'm not giving away Miles Turner just to be giving it away. Right. I'm not giving away Sabonis just to be giving it away. Like, I want stuff back to fix where I'm at. And is what I'm getting return enough? Like, that's the...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's the thing. Can you attach Bill and someone else?
Would be good. Point guard, like he'd fit perfect with Bill. Defense, shoot, do everything. Professional, will hold everybody accountable. You know what I'm saying? Sabonis won't change the thing. What you watching?
I wouldn't go there. He'd be the best front court player, if not the best player on this team as soon as he get here.
So, what are you talking about? Yeah. Y'all don't watch basketball. See, that's the problem.
I know what he does every time he gets here. Cooks.
Man.
The only thing that keeps him off the Wizards behind is foul trouble. Every time, that's it.
Right, best believe that's on the highlight tape when contract time come up. He be in that job. Look at this. Look what I did now. Yeah.
But like you guys said, that's the thing. So if you gotta move that right, it shouldn't have got this far. And this is what it is. It shouldn't have got this far. And now that it's got that far, you might be stuck with this until the end of the year, and then you might lose it for nothing.
Yeah.
Or you can even make you can do the other thing and keep going forward with it.
And Simmons will help. They're all-star players. Any all-star player will help this situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And y'all gotta stop saying that man's spoiled, dog. Like y'all look, he was dead wrong. He did nothing wrong, bro. I mean, he ain't play up to par. Y'all gotta let that go. He was shitting on. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like,
and the other thing, he would instantly become the best defender on this roster.
Immediately.
Bro. And the best playmaker they've had since, so nah, man.
I heard somebody say, like, y'all talking about Simmons, he supposed to be defensive stopper. How come he ain't stopped Trey? Trey shot like 2 for 40. What are you talking about?
That thing would have been over long ago if he wasn't checking Trey.
If he wasn't checking Trey would have averaged like 40 that series on like 50, 95. Like, yeah, man. But again, like, we'll see what happens. Like Cardell, you said we got 9 days or whatever. We'll see what happens. But we see the direction they're going in. we'll see if they're able to turn this thing around, man. Big O said, "I'm done with all this, man."
Damn. That's a fed up brother.
That's a tough
He
place
sound
to
like
be.
he at the bar right now, just drinking his soul.
Hey,
It's an amnesty bill.
not amnesty. Hey, we gonna get at y'all tomorrow because they're in Philly to take on JoJo and them. Yeah, Giannis and JoJo back to back, and
Get back.
we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Y'all have a good one.